Hey guys, FrictionPin, and today we do an episode on my Sigfig. So my Sigfig really has one part that's very tough to find, and that is the classic black space torso. I didn't realize exactly how hard this was to find when I made my Sigfig. All I knew was that was my favorite figure as a kid back in the late 70s, early 80s. Most of the sets that I had, that was the black spaceman was my favorite. Always was. So anyway, so I definitely wanted to have that in my Sigfig, so I just kind of built him up from there using that as the main piece. But in trying to get a few of those to have to send out to other people, I see just exactly how hard this thing is to find. Not just in the United States, but everywhere. And you can find it, but it can get a little expensive, especially if you have to order it from outside of the US. So, I'm trying to come up with a solution, and I definitely do not want to change my Sigfig. So, I was presented with a dilemma on exactly what to do, and I've made an attempt. And I think this is probably what, this is probably what we'll call the solution. I decided to make an alter ego. So we've got FrictionPin Sigfig number 2. So this will be my main Sigfig that I use, but for anybody who wants to make one and has a hard time finding the classic black spacesuit, I decided to change the torso out with one that is very easy to find, and also legs that are very easy to find, because the legs that I use are the classic gray, back from the old gray. So these are Stormtrooper legs, which there should be about a bazillion of those out there. And the shirt comes in a variety of sets, and a lot of smaller sets, accessory sets, and I think I picked this thing up for 60 cents. And there's sellers that have hundreds of these. There's even a few sellers that have over 1,000. So I thought, it kind of maintains the classic look, having that classic space fig on there. The little shadows and the other colors the figures came in, although black is missing, if you notice. I thought, well, that's kind of close to what I'm using now, but it's something that's a lot more available and easier for people to find. So I ordered a few to kind of see how this might work out. And I liked it a lot better with the white pants. I see I got one over here with the old pair of pants on. But I think we'll just go ahead and say I have 2 Sigfigs, because that really makes it easier for me to buy some extras and then have those to send out to people as I need to. And it's also a whole lot easier for people who may want to build the Sigfig on their own and they're just having a really hard time finding the other pieces. So I think maybe the beanie's probably the hardest thing, or the do-rag on my head there. It's probably the hardest thing to find, and it's not real hard. You can pick that up pretty easy. So hopefully you guys like that. Kind of let me know in the comments what you think. Like I say, I didn't really want to have 2 Sigfigs, but I didn't want to give up the one that I have because I really like it. I definitely want to keep the black classic space suit. So I thought this was a pretty good compromise. That way it's easier for other people to build them, and then I still get to keep the one that I use most often. So what I'll try and do is feature both of these figures in my videos moving forward, and that's what we'll call it. I don't know, we'll give him some kind of name. You know what? I will try and come up with something clever and catchy, not just mini me or duplicate me, but we'll figure that out as we go along. But that's mainly what this was. And what I'll try and do is put the part numbers for the pieces for both Sigfigs in the description, if that's something that you're interested in building on your own. So that's it all that we really had on the books for this video. Just wanted to get that out there. I have had quite a few requests, and I just can't fill them all for free sig figs, because just like you, I can't find the black torsos either. So I thought this was a good way to help everybody, myself included, on being able to find sig fig parts to make my figure. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.